Hello, Jeremy Chambers, Independence Acres Homestead. It's time to get those germinated onion seeds in some dirt, and I'm going to give you guys an update on the seeds that we started in the rock wool. It's been 5 days since we put our onion seeds in our germination packs, and we've got some good growth going on. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but we've got some white tails and some green tails growing in there. It's time to get these things in some soil. So what I've got here are two 72 cell trays that we're going to use to get these seeds growing now that we have them germinated. And a really cool tool that I'm going to be using here in order to get these things into the soil, and that is this little guy right here. This is called a Dibbler, right? So I first became aware of these cool tools for planting through our buddy Josh over at the Homestead. And he has done a lot of videos on the Dibblers and how they're used throughout the garden. And so go ahead and check out his link down below if you want to see what he's got going on here in Michigan. But he introduced us to these Dibblers. And at first I was like, oh, that's just a gimmick, whatever. But man, now that I've actually used it a couple times, I see the value in these things. And so this is one I made myself. I started making these, bought a lathe over late fall, I think. I started making a couple of these just to give them a try. And they turning out pretty well. I've made a couple, given some away as gifts. If you're interested in picking up a Dibbler, once you see how they function, give me a shout out below. We'll see what we can do to get one in your hand. So I made Dibblers in two different sizes. I've got these ones which are good for seed starting, 1/2 inch increments here. So we're total thickness at the diameter here is 1/2 inch. And then each of these increments is a 1/2 inch increment. And then this is my large Dibbler. So I'll use this for things if I'm going to do a large seeds, beans, stuff of that nature that needs to go about 1 inch deep. And this is about 3/4 inch in diameter. So these are the two sizes that I made. These are both made out of oak, but I've also made some out of some of the same reclaimed pine that I've been using in our bathroom remodel. The way these work is we're just going to use these things to make 144 holes in each in these cells here. So I'm going to go ahead and dibble out a hole in each one of these cells, and then we'll start putting seeds in it. So having the Dibbler made pretty short work of this task. And all that's going to happen now, I'm just going to wipe it down, re-oil it, and it's ready to go for the next time I need to plant seeds. So the other tool I'm going to be using is tweezers, because these little onion seeds are kind of hard to hold on to. So we're just going to go ahead and grab an onion seed, and we're going to put one onion seed in each one of these cells. The goal here is to try to get about 20 cells of each type of onion. And I am only going to be grabbing the onions seeds that have got a little tail on them like that, so that I can guarantee that I'm not wasting space, time, or energy in growing seeds that are not going to grow. So, there are some instances here where I have some seeds that overgrew a little bit, such as this little guy. And it's actually got a little too much growing out of it. So I'm going to put a second seed that is germinated in that hole, just so that I don't have a non-productive cell. All right, and then there were obviously plenty of seeds that did not germinate. So just on this one side here, I've got about 5 seeds that didn't germinate well, which is good for me because, well, now I know that's not a seed that's going to be productive for me, and I'm not going to waste space or time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get these onion seeds in, and I'll catch you on the flip side here. And there you have it. We're all done. That is 144 cells of onions planted, mostly germinated, and we should start seeing sprouts here in just a few days. We're going to set these back over on the heat mats on our multi-purpose rack over here in the dining room. And like I said, we should see some sprouts in a few days. And last thing I need to do is just go by and I'm going to label with some blue tape along the side here so that I don't get my varieties mixed up. For the seeds that we'd started in the rock wool, things are growing pretty well. It's been that same 5-day period since we got these into the rock wool, and we've got some pretty good growth going on with the butterhead lettuce, the Napa cabbage, and the bok choy. There's multiple seedlings growing out of each one of the rock wool cubes. And so as these go on and mature, we're just going to pick one or two winners of the group to carry on and grow on the hydroponics tower. For the hydroponics tower, still got a little bit of work to do down in the basement, get that set up. But we do need to get some nutrients mixed to get these seedlings fed here in the next few days. Appreciate you guys joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any updates on the onion growing process and on our hydroponics tower. I know I've been teasing that hydroponics tower for a long time, but I promise it's going to happen. It's got to happen. I have sprouts growing, ready to be planted in it. All right, until next time, God bless.